Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, growing up, every kid has a moment when they feel like an outsider, when they wish they were taller or thinner, more athletic, or maybe even more popular. You know, it's pretty common. But we met one local teen who spent years hiding a problem he could do nothing about until a revolutionary procedure saved the day.
No one really bothered me about it anymore. They all think it's real. They don't tell the difference.
This is 14-year-old Caden. He has suffered from alopecia since he was 6 years old, a medical condition resulting in the loss of hair on his head and his eyebrows.
Well, he went to get a haircut one day, and I happened to notice a little tiny, bald spot. And I was like, did she mess up? You know, did she get distracted while she was using the clippers? And looked at it again, and then I kind of kept an eye on it for a couple days, and it went from the size of a dime to the size of a small pancake. So we took him to the doctor. And then sure enough, they said it was alopecia. And he was 6 at the time. So they gave him some steroid shots, and that worked. It actually all grew back, and it lasted for a couple of years, and then he kind of went through a growth spurt and lost all of it again.
That's when things really got tough.
It was devastating.
Yeah, sad, devastating. I mean, you have a perfect child, and anything like that happens, it just breaks your heart, and how's it going to deal? How's this going to affect the rest of his life?
It sucks because I always get asked, like, why do you always wear that hat? Do you have cancer? And all that stuff. So it didn't make me feel too good,
So everybody's always asking you questions and staring and stuff. So that's when we went just like, okay, just, he started wearing hats to school and camouflaging it. And he started playing football when he was in 1st grade, and that was when he was starting to recover from the first round. And he's always said, he goes, Mom, I love playing football because nobody can see I have alopecia. Everybody has a helmet on. I'm not any different than anyone else.
While Caden turned to football, his parents began their search for a solution, which led them to Pam Neighbors and scalp micropigmentation.
And I need somebody that knows really what they're doing, really well. So I just searched and found Pam, and she had really good reviews and everything, and I'm like, it just seemed right, So we called her up, and literally within a week later,
yeah, we were here.
Caden started a series of treatments in January.
I think about 4 times. And so the eyebrow was like pretty easy, but once it got here and stuff, it hurt a bit, but not too bad. But lasted about 4 hours.
It's a micro tattoo process that actually replicates a hair follicle. And it doesn't replicate a long hair, it replicates that little stubble, and it gives the illusion of a full head of hair.
And just a couple of months later, he was ready to show off his new look.
And the day I dropped him off at school, he was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. We're in the car, and I'm like, you're okay, fist pump, you got this. And then, an hour later, I'm like, how's it going on text message? And he was like, great, everybody loves it.
I'm like a lot more comfortable around just people and not have to worry about people taking off my hat anymore or asking all the questions. So I like it. It's definitely a cool style and stuff, and a lot of people have it, so I'm not looking out of place or anything like that.
Hey, Caden. How are you, honey?
Good.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
For Pam, this is more than a job, and Caden is more than a client.
I was just almost in tears here a few weeks back after spring break. I got this great text on Monday afternoon. He says, Pam, it's me, Caden. He said, I just wanted to tell you, he says, I went to school without my beanie for the first time ever today. And I was just, oh my goodness. I said, how was it? And he said, all the kids thought my hair was growing back. And how are you liking your hairline?
I love it.
So he's just a precious little guy.